Start it up.
Welcome back. The MVH podcast, Money Buys Happiness, Season 2. I'm surprised we even made it this far, so that's a big one. Thank you guys for, tuning in and watching all 16 episodes. Even if you watch 20 minutes of one episode, that's big for us. But
watch it all. Watch it all.
But watch them all. But, bigger than that, we got to get our guest today, Kwame Awuah.
Yep.
What's going on, boy? Back-to-back
Young
CPL
Kwame.
champion. Back-to-back, Mr. Bubble Boy himself.
Yo, I'm actually looking like a bubble with this large sweater and that's so good. Holy.
Yo, come on, you're gonna go into it, bro. I told you.
No, I'm
No,
done
man.
going.
Listen, we're happy to have you. We appreciate you coming out. We've been trying to set this up for a while, so we're excited to have you as the first guest of season 2. It's some big stuff, and you've been up to some big stuff for the last few years, and especially coming back from the bubble. But I'll let you introduce yourself for anyone that may not know you. A little bit of your background, what you do, who you are, all that jazz.
I mean, first and foremost, thank you guys for having me. This is a nice laid back approach. I mean, it's always nice kicking it with you guys as always. Happy that you guys have made it to a second season. Happy for everyone that has been supporting you guys throughout. You guys have been supporting me.
Shout out Dean.
I've always been watching. I've always been paying attention, trying to support you guys as much as possible. Yeah, we were supposed to do this before I left to the bubble, but I mean, now there's a lot more to talk about.
Yeah,
so
100%.
so it makes it better. So like you guys said, Kwame Awuah. A lot of people don't know how to pronounce my last name, but that's a different story. But
It's an easy last name.
it's an easy last name.
It's easy.
But yeah, I play professional soccer for Forge FC right now in the Canadian Premier League. I've been playing soccer since I was 3 years old. I had the chance to play against these two fools right here, and with these two fools right here.
Man.
So great times. Started playing in the Driftwood Spanish League. Shout out to El Popular. I used to play for Uruguay FC. Only me and Richie, the only black guys on that team. Hey, give us a little flavor.
That's love, bro.
Yeah, me and Richie on Toronto FC are only guys playing for that team. And went from there to the provincial program. I played with Woodbridge. I've trained with Toronto FC Academy for a little bit, but then ultimately went to Sigma FC. From there, went on to college on a full scholarship to University of Connecticut, which that's when I really kind of began to understand that being a professional soccer player was actually possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, you have your parents. You have the foreign parents. You have the Italian parents. My parents are from Ghana. They want you to become doctors, lawyers. They tell you
Dentist.
They're like, what's your main goal?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I always told them professional soccer player, and they're like, nah, you got to be like. I'm like, nah, this is it.
Stay in school.
Stay in school.
Yeah, the classic.
I mean, so I did both. You know what I mean? I went
Yeah.
to school, got that out of the way, and then was happy to get drafted by New York City FC in the MLS. Got to play with some of you guys' favorite players, my favorite players as well. Great people, coached by Patrick Viera, and played with Andrea, Pirlo, David Villa, and
Craziness, bro.
came back home to the CPL, started something new, a new journey, and ended up winning the league twice. So there's only one winner ever in the CPL. That's what people need to remember.
And he's sitting right here.
He's sitting right here.
Man, sitting right here.
Sitting right here.
But let's rewind a bit. Let's
Yeah.
rewind a bit there, because you just kind of just.
Give you guys a
This
quick,
is just the
quick
most brief,
synopsis.
quick,
Yeah.
quick,
Yeah.
right? Personally, I met you in high school.
Yeah.
Right, and you're a couple years younger than me too. But I remember when we were playing footy there, and I saw you play, and I was like, yo, this kid is good. This guy's good. And I was always close with the coach, and I would just tell him. And I remember some shit happened with the coaching and shit like that. But I seen it from the beginning that you were very driven. So I know you said that when you went to the States, it was kind of like a realization that you could be pro. But I feel like you had that before. I feel like you had that confidence before you even got there.
Yeah, I mean, when we went to Chaminade for that 1 year, I'm like, I knew guys that went there. I knew it was a good soccer school. Obviously, I ended up transferring to Dante, but shout out to Chaminade as well. I mean, it was a change from where I came from, but I knew that the competition was always going to be there. I mean, when you're with all guys all the time, there's a lot of testosterone, a lot of, there's a lot of competition all the time. So going there, I knew guys played like you, Alessandro,
Edgar, we had a couple
Edgar,
guys,
we had guys that could ball. So I was like, if I can get to, Justin Duarte, as long as I could get to senior. Because it was like juniors and seniors.
We
like,
did the junior.
Yeah, if I could get.
You were playing with the seniors.
Yeah, I was playing with
the
the seniors. Yeah, I played I'm like, if I can get to the senior team, then like I could really test myself because it's a difference from when you're 13 to when you're 16. Physical difference.
It's a big physical difference.
It's a big physical difference. So yeah, but you're right. I've always had the confidence, like sometimes overconfident, and a lot of coaches used to say that, but I mean, it's gotten me this far. So
yeah, but you just moved different, bro. I remember, I'll never forget this. This was like. I think I went to Marshall, so we came off of like a championship season, which like everyone was surprised because like my school had like no footy players. We just had like one good time when we did that, and the next year we played. You were on Dante at the time. We played you guys in the tournament at the soccer center. And bro, you guys just ripped us apart. Like the score did. I think you only beat us like 2-1 or 1. Like one. It was like by 1, but like. It was gross, man. Like you just knew the play. I looked at that team. I was like, damn. There's like 3-4 guys here who can go pro. Like no problem. And you were one of them. It was like you and Richie out there, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, surrounding yourself with the right people.
You guys are gonna do something, bro.
From early.
Yeah, bro. That was a big thing too. I was like, okay, Sean Martin was good, but then the thing what triggered me was we lost to Dante in the junior. This
guy's like, I'm switching.
I'm like, yo. Me and Richie were both. Richie was at McGuigan and I was at Chaminade. And we're like, me and Richie were like, yo, fam, like, yo, what are we doing, yo? Yeah. Like, Dante has a class that's just strictly soccer. Like, yo, we could play soccer 24/7. Yeah. We're like, yo, let's get to let's trade this. We're like, yo, Golden State Warriors this, yo. Yeah. Like me,
like
him, Jacob, teamed up. We're like, yo, let's do this. So we played these guys in the OSA, and. Yo, it was a 1-0 game, but like I still remember it. It's like I remember him and Jake had a little beef too, yo. But
yeah, we did. He was cheesing me though, because you just bro. The guy was like just making me look bad. I was like, yo, fuck this guy.
But like, yo, it was a 1-0 game, but yo, these guys couldn't touch the ball, and I think that was didn't touch the ball. Yeah, that was like one of the things. Like, yo, and that's one of the things that set us back too. We were like very confident because there's a lot of guys that were ballers. Yeah, I mean, obviously other guys went their other ways, but there was a couple guys that just like nah. Like we're not losing whenever we played. So, of course.
But like, dope. Okay, so at that early age, because we're talking like high school, you're like at this point you're in between 14, 18. Like, how much soccer were you playing? Like even just from training to games, minus school, because I know school you had a class. Like I'm talking like so at the time you're playing with Sigma, right?
Yeah, Sigma.
So how often are you training? Like
with Sigma, we were training 3 times a week with a game on the weekend.
Okay.
And then, but depends, yo. Like it was difficult. So with Dante, we were training every day, and then after that, you would have your school soccer team practice. So that's twice already. Then Sigma, you would have your training
at nighttime.
At nighttime. So sometimes we have 3 times a day we were training, and back then you had the energy to do that. If you try to make me do that now, I'm falling apart.
Of course.
But even after that, it was like. Because of the generation that we had, there's a lot of guys from our generation that ended up that were really good players. We had a lot of guys that were playing with the older teams, like the U21s. So like we would play U21 and then we would play men's league. So we'd have like 2 games a weekend.
So okay, so like in total you're probably ripping soccer like
average twice a day, I'd say.
Yeah, which is crazy. That's why we're looking at like at least 10 times a week. Yeah, you're playing / training. So that's already setting the bar for like the life you want to live and the route you want to take, right? I think if you're doing anything more than 10 times a week for an hour a day, you know what I mean? You're going to be good at it. Obviously, there's some things in it, just people are more athletic or whatever. But so explain that process then. Pretty much you're like, all right, I'm at Sigma, I'm doing my thing. I know like now I feel like it's a little easier. I'm seeing on the gram, there's like always scouts coming and looking at Canadian players. Easier. But when you did it, when you made that move to UConn, like how did that happen? Because like I feel like it just wasn't that easy, or it didn't happen to that many people at that moment in time, right?
Some guys set the bar though. You have to shout out the older generation as well. I mean, it was even more difficult for them. Like guys his age that I know, guys were ballers, and because we didn't have the structure for them to succeed, is like, where do we go from here? And then college just provided that outlet. I mean, 100%. There's guys that had the opportunity to go on trial and stuff like that, probably made it, some didn't. And college just seemed like the most logical thing because we had a guy like Kyle Becker, our captain on Forge FC. He was one of the first Sigma guys to get drafted ever. Crazy. And he was a guy that was on the U17 national team, was trained and lived with Ajax for a year and a half. Was like, there's a lot of stuff that people don't know. Like, he has big credentials, but still ended up going to college. So it's like, if a guy like that is going to go to college, then like, what's going to stop me from going to college? You know what I mean? So I mean, how that happened was literally like we had the Sigma, we had showcases in the States.
Okay.
And then we had the schools come and watch, and like at first we weren't getting the top schools because everybody was looking at us, Canada, like,
sure.
You know what I mean? Like, we're going to scout our Americans, like, because we count as internationals when you go over there, right? And they have to pay full scholarships because no one's going to go to school for $60,000 in this States. Like,
crazy.
It's crazy. So we had a tournament in Maryland that we ended up winning. We got like no goals against, or 1 goal against that whole tournament.
Damn.
And I had guys like Kyle Laren, who plays at Besiktas on the team, Richie at Toronto FC, me, Chris Nanko that plays with me as well. Like, we had everyone on my Sigma team, the starting lineup got a full scholarship. So
come on.
Yeah. So we had a Sigma showcase, and I scored the craziest goal I've ever scored. Like, and I'm saying this is close to the one that I scored this past.
Which I wanted to bring up. I have it in the notes. I'm not going to talk about that, but we'll get there.
Yeah, but this one was crazy. This one was like, I'm never scoring this kind of goal again. The one that I scored recently, I could probably score again. But this one, I scored like an outside the foot chip, far post on the goal line. Like,
stop this. Okay.
Bro, right after the game, the UConn assistant coach comes to me. He's like, "Yo, we're gonna offer you a full scholarship. Come to UConn." UConn was top 2 in the country.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I was like,
I remember that too.
You don't have to tell me anymore, bro.
Well, that's what I was curious about. I was like, what was that interaction like? Was it an email? Was it a phone call?
No,
like, how did that happen?
He was there. He pulled up.
Yeah.
So my technical director comes to me. He's like, "Yo." He's like, "Yo." He's like, "Yo."
Just say yes.
Talk to this guy.
Yes, bro.
Talk to
He's
this
like,
guy.
"Yo, don't say nothing. Just
nod your
He's
head.
like, don't tell nobody anything."
Yeah.
Because I don't know why it was so secretive, but like, I think because they wanted it to be a story. You know what I mean? Because like at that time, there wasn't a lot of big schools coming to watch us. So like we had Syracuse, we had Boston College where Becker went, and then we had UConn.
Okay.
At first, I was getting drafted by like recruited by like Vermont and stuff like that. Like I was like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't so eager to sign with them. And I'm in my 12th grade. Like, I already did my SAT and everything. And Vermont's telling me like, "Yo, sign." I'm like, nah. In my head, like I said, goes back to the confidence thing. I'm like, I can definitely get a better school. Like, if I just ball out in this tournament. It's my last tournament before college.
Come on.
Dog, yeah, I risked it. I put it all on the line,
that's
bro.
crazy.
My dad was like, "Yo, if you think you can get a better school, then just do it." So then, bro, UConn comes. They're like this. Sits down, messages. Hey, we watched you out there, and I think you'd be a really good. And I still talk to him to this day. His name is Coach OD. He's like, "Yeah, I think you'll be a really," and doesn't look at you in your eye. Like, so imagine I'm sitting here. He's like, "Yeah, I think you'll be a really integral part of our team." And I was just talking to Costa, and we'd like to offer you a full scholarship. And it's like, how does that sound? I'm sitting there like,
I'm
like, I was like, hell yeah, fuck
like
yeah.
right there after the game, like
right after,
like,
literally right after the game. I felt
Wow.
like it was one of those, like the movie Goal.
Of
When
course.
the man gets the contract with you, I'm like, "Yo, fam, that's one of the biggest things that happened in my life." Because think about it, like, if I
changed
didn't get
everything.
a scholarship, well, I'm gonna be at York University. I'm no knock against York University, you know what I mean? But like,
well,
things-
there's a difference.
Yeah, there's a difference,
It's a
right?
massive difference. It's
You guys like, yo, don't talk about my school like that.
chill,
No,
chill,
there's
chill
a
on that, chill on
there's
that.
a
Man's got the
massive-
rig, eh?
Nah, there's a massive difference, but at the same time, it's like I thought this was gonna get me to where I want to go faster, right?
100%.
Being at home, there's a lot of distractions and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, if I can go away, top 2 school, you save money for your parents, all the money your parents save for you at college, bro, pocket.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And that's what I was thinking about too. I'm like, get a full scholarship, $60,000 a year.
It's crazy, bro.
Why
Yeah,
not?
but
I remember those.
you know what I like about this is, and this is like that classic saying where it's like, if you had only just told that story, no one would know like you were playing soccer 20 times a week, every week since you were fucking 2, to 18 to get that. You know what I mean? Like it was literally a few minutes that changed your life.
Yeah.
But it was days and hours and years of hard work to get you there, right?
Yeah, literally.
And that's the most important part of the story, I think, right? Okay, so fast forward now, you get this, boom. What are the next steps?
UConn.
Yeah.
This one I want to talk about UConn too.
Yo, no,
yeah,
UConn,
I think it's a full experience.
You know what it was? I'm trying to just compare it to myself when I went to the States, and like it was like a culture shock for me. I was in North Carolina, but even for you, like. How was it? Because, bro, you don't have no family.
No family.
Usually, you rarely know any players. If you're lucky, players on your team's coming with you, whatever. But, bro, you're on your own. Cook on your own, eat on your own, play on your own, do everything on your own,
bro.
right?
So, like, I actually got lucky because Kyle got Kyle
was with
got
you.
scouted to UConn too. So I was like, yo, fuck that. Yeah, I'm going, yo. Kyle's going, I'm going, bro. Link up. And you know what's funny? My first ever career game at UConn, I got an assist to Kyle.
Amazing.
So it was like, yo,
Let's go.
I was like,
How
yo,
shit goes.
I'm
How
like,
shit
I'm like, this is actually popping. So
Yeah.
I go to UConn on a visit. Like I committed already. This is what made me like, I'm gonna have a great time in this school. I go to UConn on a visit. I'm 17 years old. My birthday was late, right? So everybody's older than me. The first time I get there, you see the multiculturalism on the team. Like you have guys from Senegal, Cameroon, Mexico, Spain. Yo, we had a guy from Villarreal, bro.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yo,
there's no Americans
pot.
on the squad. No
Bro,
Americans.
There was only 2 Americans that played.
Yeah.
So,
Bro,
that's why they were number 2 in the country.
Yeah, bro. Like, yo, we had guys, Jamaica, everything.
That's
bro.
crazy. That's
Cooking
crazy.
mans.
Yeah.
And then, yo, I get there and they're like, yo, you don't care about school, right? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do my work. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my work. Like all right, yo, I'm not gonna. They're like, okay, we'll show you around campus during the day because we have to, but like, we'll show you what, like, yo, what
you're
really
doing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I already come back, yo. This guy has me going out when I was like 15 years old, and yo, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo,
bad influence.
I'm used to this.
But you
yo.
knew the ropes.
I knew the ropes. I'm like, I thought I knew the ropes,
Yeah.
yo. I pull up with these guys, bro. These guys are already like what 20, 21, 22. We go to like a house party, and I go in the off season. In the off season, it's a whole different ball game.
Okay.
Cause like, yo, there's no games. Like, yo, you just train, but like you don't have anything to lose. So yo, we go first week of off season. Everybody's back at school the first week. We go to a house party. I'm like, yo, where the hell am I, bro? The guy that's taking me around, he's just saying hi to everybody. It's moving like this guy, saying hi to everybody. I'm like, and then he just disappears. I'm like, whoa, okay. Luckily, I'm an outgoing person, so I'm just walking around. They're like, oh my god. And then everybody just looks at you like, oh my God, you're coming to UConn. Oh, you're going to have so much fun. Okay, and then everybody just takes you around like, yo, let me show you, introduce you to this person, this person, this person.
That's dope.
Which was crazy. I get hammered.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great time. Yo, have a blast. The next morning, wake up. I'm like, we had to have a hotel on campus. So I'm sleeping on campus at a 5-star hotel. I get up. They're like, yeah, we're going to take you to this place in the student union. A restaurant, like a 4-star restaurant in Old. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? Like, this is a city.
It's its own city.
It's its own city. And then they're like, yo, we're throwing a party at this bar called Sports Bar. Yo, it's a legendary place, my guys, bro.
It's called Sports Bar?
It's called Sports Bar.
Damn,
like, yo, the Sports Bar. They kept it straight to the point. Yo, the Sports Bar.
Nice.
Yo, they had a whole event, and that's when I fell in love. I'm like, yo, this place. If I could get this place rocking, I stole some tips off of you guys. If I could get this place rocking, bro,
I'm staying here,
bro. Got back, yo, I got so lit, and I had to wake up at 6 a.m. to fly back to Toronto. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, nah, I'm coming here. Like, no one's changing my mind. And then from there, it's like,
it's a good welcome,
yeah.
bro.
But yeah, you're like you're saying, it's a transition though.
Yeah.
Like when I first got there, like I was moving in my stuff, and I was happy and I was lucky to meet one of the teammates. I was living with one of the guys, and he's like one of my best friends till this day. He's my financial advisor, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I know what you're talking about too.
Yeah, Santi. Like he came down here for Christmas.
That's when I met him.
Yeah. So like I was lucky to meet one of my best friends, and we just knocked it from there, bro.
So
dope,
so you're there now. Mm-hmm. You were there. How long were you there? 4 years?
3.5.
3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're balling out though. You're playing well.
Yeah.
You're having a good season.
Good seasons.
Right?
Yeah.
Seasons. Yeah. Because like, obviously, then that kind of takes you to the next step in your career, right? So, I guess get into that because now this is kind of where.
Yeah, I mean, even more so like with the squad that you were just getting into. Because getting into new squads is tough.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, even
like I'm trying to look out for anyone watching that might trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
trying to play footy, you know?
People probably look at me like, yo, this guy has a Cinderella story. I'm like, nah. Like in the beginning, it was fucking amazing. Like, yo, score a great goal, go to full scholarship. First game, I get an assist to one of my best friends from Sigma, bro. Yeah, it was great. And then the transition, like I became like the man on campus. Like I grew up there. You know what I mean? Like. After a while, I never wanted to come home. I was like, yo.
Well, I feel like they respect athletes.
Yeah.
Like if you're an athlete for the school, it's like different.
UConn is a big school. Like when I was there, my first year, our women's basketball team and men's basketball team won the national championship.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, didn't they win national championship?
National championship. So I'm like, bro, we went to the Elite 8. Women's field hockey team won the national championships. We had 3 national championships in 1 year.
Wow.
So we were like, yo, our school was on fire, literally on fire. Like I have a video of people flipping cars, setting it on fire.
Oh, wow.
Fam.
Okay.
And then the next year, women's basketball team wins another. Like they won 4 years in a row when I was there.
Damn.
They were cooking, but they had the people that they had on their team, bro. That's a whole different ball game. But like I said, like yo, transition from there. I became captain of UConn, and then because of the name of the school, you have more eyes on you. So then I had to put more pressure on myself.
Because we're always ranked as well too.
Yeah, so I had to put more pressure on myself to kind of perform. But I think what kept me sane was the off-field stuff too. You know what I mean? Like I was able to connect with so many people. Like it's one of the top business schools. I learned a lot more about how to handle money. Like yo, they say they don't pay athletes. Like yeah, technically you don't pay, but they give you like rent money.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you're on full scholarship. So it's like, you get just pocket that. So it's kind of like paying. But like, sorry to expose. But I mean, NCAA is about to start paying guys anyway.
There's per diems and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's per diems and stuff like that. Like, yo, honestly, like I grew up there. I got to travel all through America because of playing at Connecticut and obviously going to the MLS. But yeah, I was able to create an avenue where my boy, where his parents were living in Colombia, he was living by himself. Basically, school was his house. And he was a DJ.
Hey.
He was a DJ. Okay. So me being smart, I'm like, yo, let me be an event planner.
Yeah.
Yo, I was the illest.
Friday nights at the sports bar.
Fam, I was the illest. Yo, you guys don't understand. I used to create Facebook groups, Facebook events.
Oh, you were snapping already.
Bro, I was snapping. I was creating
You learned way
Facebook
too much
events.
from Ernesto.
Yo, I was creating Facebook events, inviting all the athletes. His cousin was the president of a sorority. We had a mixer. So we had the basketball team, men's basketball team, soccer team, and baseball team with 190 sorority girls because they've never been to sports.
I didn't get no invite?
Fam, you could have flew out.
I could have. I could have, for real.
Yo, I'm telling you. Yo,
I would have. That's what I'm trying to say.
Like, I could go.
I'm saying I would have.
Yo, I'm telling you, we were snapping. So, because the older guys from when I was younger, like when I first got there, they put me on to the owners and stuff like that. So you're just building connect, and that's when I realized I'm like, yo, just being a good person gets you so much. Yeah, gets you far, bro. Yeah. So then after that, I was like, yo, we're connecting them. We're getting buses picking up people from school.
Jeez.
Boom, bringing them there. Like, yo, $7. They're making money, bro. They're making money, and then he's making money. You know what I mean? Because he has to fend for his own, like.
Of course.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, we're doing this. We're getting drinks. Yo, we have our own back VIP spot. Like, yo, we're popping, bro. Like, soccer team is, people are coming to me like, yo, when you running the next event, man's like, yo, when
captain of the soccer team. Yo, when's the next party?
When's the next party? I'm like, yo, fam, let me focus on, bro. But I was snapping in footy too. So it was like, yo, we would win. I'm like, yo, pregame, my apartment.
Let's go.
Like, yo, we'd run it. Like, everybody used to enjoy that. And I think that was the most important thing. Like, yo, people were enjoying their time and enjoying footy. And then we just kept going with that. So after my senior year, I ended up I go to the combine. I mean, I kind of knew after the junior year I had, but my senior year I was like, go to the combine. I'm like, yo, the most important thing is just do what I'm best at doing. Don't try to overdo it.
What was that process like? Cause like bro, when I think combine, like I'm a huge football fan, so all I think is just the NFL combine. And these guys doing this crazy shit.
Going off, bro.
They're snapping. So I'm just curious, what's a combine like for for MLS? Like, what's that process
we were lucky enough to have our combine in LA, yo. Amazing, bro. Like, I think that was the first time they had it in LA. And like it's almost like the same thing as
you're testing. You're doing all these different tests.
You do your jump. Sure. Man, I'm like, dog, I'm 5'8", jumping. Like, am I gonna jump higher than a man at 6? So they're like, I was like, yo, when it comes to the footy stuff, yo, you got me. Like the sprint stuff I was good at, and then the agility stuff I was good at. So we go to the games, bro. So it's like 4 teams of 30 or 28 guys that you've never played with before. Yeah. Right? You
and play, go on the field and play.
Go on the field and fucking play.
And so play the best you can too.
Yeah, play the best you can. So like my team, I had a couple guys from Toronto, Brian Wright, who's at Birmingham right now. He's from Ajax. But like I had a couple guys that I knew because I played against them.
Yeah. Cool.
And the coach was a guy from Connecticut that I know. So he's like, yo, you're playing every game, every minute. I don't care. So I was like, yo, see, that's what I'm saying. Everything was going my way, right?
Yeah.
And then so like the first game, and I think this is what happened. Like we go into the huddle, and I'm playing holding mid, fam. The whole year I'm playing winger and attacking mid. He's like, yo, I'm gonna put you holding mid because like I trust you like to build up. I'm like, I go in the huddle. I'm like, guys, I know I'm probably the last person you probably want to listen to, but I'm like, yo, we're all here for a reason, and if everyone just does their job to the best of their ability, everyone here is gonna get drafted. Bro, my team had the starting 11 probably had 6 guys going the first round.
Come on.
The first game we got smoked though.
Yeah.
Yo, we got a 4-love. I was like, yo, mans weren't trying to listen to me no more. Yo, guys weren't trying to listen to me no more. Like, man, this guy talking mad shit. Yo, they're probably looking at me like, who is this?
But that confidence came out again too.
Yeah, bro. I was like, yo, the guys up there, they don't care about the score. They care about how you perform. How you perform under pressure. So the next game we come out to the team that was like supposed to be like the most dominant team. They had the most. Man, we gave these guys a 2-0. Easy. Hey. Next game, 2-0. I'm like, yo, our team ended up finishing.
We picked it
up. And then we go to the draft and LA, like it's just a moment.
Yeah.
Some beautiful moment. My family didn't get to come, which was unfortunate, but I mean.
Yeah, describe that, man. Describe that, because that's a life-changing moment. Yeah.
So during the draft, during the combine, you play. Okay, during the combine, you play every 2-3 days, and we play after the first game. I'm like, damn, yo, we got smoked, this and that. My agent's like, yo, don't worry, like, yo, you did well, you did fine. You know, you just pick it up. Like, as long as you finish on the high note, like, it's fine. So the next game, the one I ball out. I come back, I'm sitting with my agent, yo, I see Raul, the Real Madrid legend.
I was going to say the real Raul. The real guy.
Raul, yeah, I see the real Raul, and I see Patrick Viera. I'm like, yo, holy shit, bro. I'm like, me and Chris are sitting there. I'm like, yo, Chris, you know what? I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm never going to see when am I ever going to see Patrick Viera again?
Little did you know.
Little did I know, yo. I was like, I'm asking this guy for a picture. He's walking past us. I'm like, yo, Patrick. I pull him across. I'm like, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna see you, and I'm a big I was a big fan of yours when you were at Arsenal, and like I want to know if I could take a picture. He's like, yeah, 100%. Like, bro, we take a picture, and he's like, maybe we should grab coffee one time. I'm like,
come on.
So I said coffee?
I'm like, yo, Patrick Viera just invited you for some coffee, dog. No, I was like,
that's
doing
crazy.
The fucking Millie Rock, bro. All this stuff, bro. Amped in the hotel, dog, coffee, dog. Raul's just sitting over there looking and just laughing, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm fucking I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So then I go to my agent. I'm like, yo, if you can get me to NYCFC, dog, I'll do anything. I don't care. I don't give a damn what's going on. Yo, get me to NYCFC. The next game, the day before the next game, my agent comes to me. He's like, yo, you got a meeting with Montreal, Colorado, Orlando, Dallas, and one more, and Kansas City. And I'm like, damn, I got a lot of meetings.
Some options here.
Yeah, dog, like, what's going on?
Talk to me.
Yeah, dog. Luckily, I had the opportunity to train under at that time. He's a Nashville manager now, but the Kansas manager. And he was talking to me. He's like, yeah, yo, you've been playing well. He's like, yeah, but why are they playing you in the like holding mid or box to box? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, I always thought you were a winger because I got to train with Kansas City when I was in college. And then he's like, yeah. But I mean, he's like, yo, we'll just have this meeting, whatever. Had a meeting with Orlando. Richie and Kyle already there. Yeah. So they were talking to me. They're like, oh, yeah, like I know you have past history with Kyle and Richie. They're like, yo, we only have a 3rd round pick. And I don't think you're going to drop that far. But like, yo, we just wanted to meet you. Like,
just to let you know. Just in case.
Just want to let you know that, like, yo, we're interested. If anything happens, I'm like, yo, I mean, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then I went to Colorado. Colorado was like, yo, we got the 15th pick. If you're not taken by then, we're taking you. That's literally what they told you straight. Told me straight. I'm like, I leave that meeting, bro. You should have seen. I was like this.
I was like, no, not Colorado.
I was like, yo. I was like, dog. I was going. No offense to Colorado. I was like, yo, bro. All the way on the West Coast. I'm like, yo, West Coast. If I'm going to West Coast, I'm trying to go. LA, Seattle. I'm like, yo. I'm like Colorado. I'm like Denver. I was like, damn. So then they're like, yeah, if we got the 15th pick, we need someone in your position, and I was like, all right. I mean, it can't complain. But
So
like,
nah, don't pick me.
I was like, yo, fuck that, bro. I go to Dallas, and then the Dallas one, dog, that was like, I was in a cartel.
For real?
Bro, I was in a cartel mob meeting, bro.
Shit, bro.
Dog, their coach was Oscar Pirlo at the time. Mexican guy, and it was a long table. He's sitting at the head, and there's like four coaches.
Yeah.
And they all have papers
shit.
everywhere.
And you're on the next end.
And I'm on the other end. I'm like, holy shit. Bro, I'm sitting there. But they're like, yo, tell me your life story.
Oh my God.
I'm like, damn. What? Bro, basically what I told you, I gave him a rundown of what I just told you. I was gonna say, I played futsal, like I grew up playing. Cruz Azul. I was naming all the Spanish I could, bro. I was like, yo, Uruguay, fucking. I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay. He's like, yeah, we have the 18th pick. We're really interested in you. Like, yo, you play really well. I was like, yo, I mean, Dallas, yo, they play good soccer. I was like, I wouldn't be mad going there. So then after that, it was Montreal. Montreal had I think I was getting interviewed for like Apple, bro. They had a video camera guy.
Oh yeah.
Like making sure he's like, yo, sit up straight at the mic, speaking everything, bro. I was like, that's when Mauro Borelli, who's a assistant national team coach right now. Yeah. He was like, yeah, we have the 19th pick. Since you don't count as international, all that stuff, like, yo, you've done really well. We'll continue to watch your progress throughout the tournament. Like, just saying that, it's like, yeah, but we're definitely interested. It's like, if you drop that far, like, I think you'll be an option. So, yeah. So I had those meetings.
Okay.
The last game, yo, bro.
You're like, I need more. I need someone else. I need one more.
I was like, yo, fuck. I told these guys again. They're like, oh, you're this dude comes in the huddle again. So I'm like, yo. Yeah, it's our last game together. Yo, let's just make it strong, bro.
You're like, I'm already getting drafted, so it's all on you guys now.
Yo, I was like, yo, because you try to keep it secretive and stuff like that.
Well, anything can happen too. What about if anything happens, you get injured?
There's a lot of guys that were like projected to go top 5 and they dropped. And and it's hard to keep your mind into it because people are projecting you to your third round. Like, UConn, this and that. Like
they're making projections for you.
It's like, yo, am I that bad? Like, do people not rate me that highly? So it's like,
it can get in
your own head. But me, I was just like, I'm already here, yo. What else can I do?
Yeah,
like, what do I really have to lose, right?
Okay.
So then we get to the last game, bro, and our whole team just snapped.
Yeah. Just balled out.
Everyone just balled out.
They were probably all just like, yo, it's the last time.
Bro, everybody's cooking, bro. I'm playing like 8 or like center mid, and I'm like, every match like one touch, boom, 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 boom. I'm like,
okay.
Let's go. I'm like, okay, we're smoking, man, bro. So we get back. My agent texted me. He's like, yo, this was your best game by far. I'm like, yo, it felt like it because everybody was cooking and it was making me look good. And he's like, it's like, yo, I got a meeting set up for you later. He's like, yo, meet me in the hotel lobby. And I was like, all right, bet. Like, so I go shower, come back, come downstairs. He's like, yo, Patrick came to me. I'm like, say a word. I'm happy. I'm a cheeky smile, bro. I'm like, yo. He's like, they don't have a meeting room, so you're gonna have to meet him in his bedroom with the coaches.
Damn.
I'm like, this is getting intimate. I'm like, bedroom. I'm like, fuck. Okay, like,
this is some wine. Fam.
He's like, yeah, bro. He's
bring some wine,
bro. He's literally like, I'm only choosing select few of people I want to meet. Like, he's like, they went into it thinking like letting people feel like they're not drafting anyone. Because of like their European status and stuff like that, like they have the bashing matches, that Man City, so that. So like, man, it ain't shit. So I go with his room and I see guys lined up. Not like there was like only 4 or 5 guys. I'm like, damn, bro, select few, bro. Yeah. So I go in his meeting room. Bro, I got the coach. I'm like, Patrick's there. Got a nice coach. Got 3 other coaches. I was like, yeah. He's like, Kwame, how are you? This is nice. Like, yo, I think you done really well. He's like, we did this on purpose so we can actually like meet guys face to face and actually get to know them properly. Like, we don't like the whole flashiness of the draft. We just want to see the player. He's like, you played really well. You have technical, like, you know what I mean? He's telling me I was good at. He's like, yo,
get straight to the point.
Get straight. Then he was like, oh, like, he asked me what my favorite team was. Like, who do I like to watch? Who do I like to emulate my game off of? And like where do I see myself in the future? And I was like, damn, no coaches asked me that. Yeah. And it's like, in my head, I'm like, I mean, I hopefully play professional soccer. I'm
about to say Patrick Viera is my favorite player ever.
Fam, I was like, yo, come on, you know I got to slip in a little nice. I was like,
Arsenal?
I was like, yo, I watched the 03 Arsenal. I'm like,
come on, this guy was 7 years old.
7 years old. Like, you know, I watched the 03 Arsenal growing up. Like, come on, man. Like, yo, the Invincibles.
Yeah.
I was, y'all were invincible. You know? I'm talking that shit to him, bro. Yo, and I was like, yo, my favorite team is Barcelona. I was like, yo, he's like, who do you emulate your game off? I was like, yo, I watch Messi. He's my favorite player because I'm left-footed. I was like, for me, it depends on like what position I'm playing. Like I look at different guys, so like I can adapt properly. He's like, I watch all the soccer. Then he asked me like my family life, and then
interesting.
And he asked me about my family. He's like, what do you want to do for your family? Like, I'm like, I play soccer because I want to help out my family. And like, for those that didn't know, like, yeah, I play soccer for myself, but most of it's like to help support my family.
Of course,
like not trying to make it like no sad thing, but like, yo, in 2-3 years, like anybody's life can change, right? And if I can do that, then it's better than like people working steadily all the time till they're 65 and
100%.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I told him that, and he was like, all right. And then they asked me like just some soccer stuff, and I guess I just aced it.
Yeah.
So we go to the draft, bro. I'm spiffed up, wearing my sparkly ass suit.
Let's go.
Dumbass haircut. Now that I look at it,
you have the head top strong?
I had the juice cut, yo. So like, yo, I had a low level here, and I had like a fucking box cut here. I'm looking like Omar Epps and juice. But I go to the draft. Everybody's like, damn, your shoot's shiny silver.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, yo, damn, like, yo, you looking good? I'm like, yo, bless, yo, we good. My agent goes to me. He's like, yo, I'm like, yo, what's it looking like? He's just like, yo, I think you're gonna go first round. He's like, I just don't know where. My agent being a dumbass, he's like, yo, he knew the whole time.
He knew the whole time. Yeah, he's trying to fuck with you.
So I'm sitting there. And it gets to fucking Kansas City.
15? No,
it gets to Kansas City
Kansas
first.
City first.
And because I knew the GM and I have history with him, I knew him for like 10 years. He goes, I'm like, yo, Kansas City? But no, they get another wing back. I'm like, okay. Then Colorado pulls up.
That's 15.
That's 15. I was like, yo. I was like, damn, bro, premium, like, let's get it ready. I'm like, oh, shoot. And then goes, yeah, we have a trade. Colorado's traded their pick to... No, Colorado picked up another guy that went to University of Denver.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, word. Okay. Damn. That's crazy.
Okay, saying about getting drafted today?
Yeah. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So 16 comes, the Seattle Sounders. I'm like, bro, I'm kicked back down. I'm like, yo, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going to no Seattle. I'm like, I'm going to TFC. TFC got 21. I'm like, I'll go to TFC. Because TFC was like, they went to my coach, like, yo, we want to see him play center mid, like holding mid. And I was like, man, I'm going to TFC. Let me just kick back down, bro. Mazio, yeah, we have a trade. Seattle trade with NYCFC, and NYCFC select with their 16th overall pick, midfielder Kwame Awuah from. I was like, yeah. I look at my agent, I'm like, hey, he starts laughing. I'm like, bro, you had this whole thing set up.
He knew.
Yo, so like, I didn't even have time to question him. Yeah. People are clapping. I'm like, oh shit,
you have to get up.
Yeah. The lights, bro, are hot.
Yeah. Sweating. I was gonna say you're sweating for sure. You're sweating for sure.
The lights. Nah, it's different. It's a different type of thing, bro. Like, yo, what they have in Hollywood, I don't know how those celebrities stay like fresh.
The lights are hotter. They're hotter.
The lights are hot, yo. Just say that with flash. Yeah. I'm walking up, bro. Shit's beaming on me. I'm like walking up. They're like, yeah, take a picture, and then boom, I go to the podium. I'm like, damn. Speech out. I'm like, luckily I took fucking public speaking in college. I'm like, oh, I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
Said my speech, and I go to the back. And I'm like, yo, I'm shocked. And that's when I met like my other friend, Jonathan Lewis, who got drafted by them as well. But the crazy thing was how much they wanted me.
Yeah.
They drafted me for $75,000. Yeah. They paid Seattle for the pick.
Oh, come on, for the pick.
For $75,000.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro. So I was like, damn, yo, these guys actually really wanted me. So, yeah, bro, I was sweating, though.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yo, I wanted to ask you that because, like, as an athlete, bro, you have all these moments that are coming at you and, like,
in quick succession, bro.
First, you're scoring, like, a crazy goal that's changing your whole career in university. And then, I mean, what, like, I want to ask you kind of, like, what moments you had, but more so, like, how do you even cherish those moments when they're happening like this? Like, bro, Patrick Viera's right there. Raul's over there. You're getting drafted over there.
Yeah.
These guys are calling you. It's like, how do you even stop and say, wow, like this is actually like when you're walking on your way up to the speech, it's just like what's going on in your head, bro?
Bro, when I was walking up, I was like, more focused, don't trip on the step. Don't trip on the step. Yeah. And then like make sure you're smiling in the picture, and then like, yo, what the hell are you gonna say? Yeah. Fam, the media is like, yo, you're in LA, remember that? And I didn't get trained. Like, you don't get trained for that.
There's
like,
no training for that.
They had public speaking classes that were there for guys that knew they were gonna get drafted. Like guys that already signed pre-contracts. Then I didn't sign him, so it's like, okay, like I guess I just gotta make some shit top of my head, yo.
bro.
Pulled up, yo, thank God, yo. I'm like, yo, you already know what it is. Like, thank God. Thank your family. Thank the people that got you to the point that you're at right now.
Yeah.
Thank your friends for supporting you, and then
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Thank the club that drafted you, because honestly, without them, your dream doesn't come true, right? So I think that was an important thing. Then after that, it's just like, yo, my phone was on fire.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for sure.
I was blowing
People
your
were
shit up.
snapping.
Yeah.
Insta was
I was
booming
blowing
for
your shit
sure.
up.
Fam, with my dumbass iPhone 6, yo, that shit was
Lagging,
about to, lagging, bro. That shit was about to overheat, bro. Fam, I get drafted, and as soon as I hear my name, bro, my phone in my pocket. I'm like, yo, I'm like a hand in my pocket on fire.
This guy saying the speech is like,
yo, pocket on fire, bro.
Sure.
So then I get back to like, you don't even have time, bro. I look at my phone. You have because it's NYC, yo, Bear Media. They're like, yeah, you have to take a picture here, take a picture of Claudio Reyna, who also played in fucking Germany too. U.S. men's national team guy.
Yeah.
Bro, you take a picture of Patrick, take a picture of John. Like, yo,
Hold the jersey,
hold
put the cap on.
Yeah, hold the jersey, take a picture with that, take a scarf, put it on. Like, yo, you're just taking pictures left and right. Then you finally like get to look at your phone. It's like,
so when's the first moment where you're like, okay,
yo, honestly,
like take a breath, and I'm like, all right, I'm drafted now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo.
when is that moment?
honestly, when I got to dinner after that, it was like I went out to dinner
Kinda
with my
just
agent and
settled
stuff
in.
like that. Settled in, and I was like, yo,
We did it.
damn.
Yeah.
But in my head, you know what's crazy? You get drafted, but you don't get a contract right away.
Yeah.
So you still got to go to preseason
gotta go to
and
work.
So like, yeah,
Work,
my agent was like, yeah, yo, you got picked, but like,
Get to work.
get to work.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah,
still
get
got
to
work
work.
to do.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, this guy's gonna offer me a contract, bro. Nah, fam. Like,
Yeah.
I had to work through the first phase of preseason, see if like, yo, if I could really fit with the team, right? So that was crazy. Like, but that's when I settled in. But I think the most time when I settled in was when I got back home.
Yeah.
I was like,
And you realized that this
I
was
was
home
like,
and now was
yeah, dog. I was like, yo, that's fucking star
Yeah,
power
yeah.
over there,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah.
Coming home, everybody was happy for me,
Yeah.
but it was a more genuine happy. It wasn't like,
Oh, like nice, yeah, like,
people
oh,
were like, oh
nice
my
to
god, oh
see.
my god,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
no, it wasn't like that. People were like, yo, well done, like finally this and that. You know
Because
what I mean?
people who seen you grow up,
people see the hard
who-
work, right?
They've seen the years,
Yeah.
the 20 days a week,
Yeah.
20 hours, million, bajillion
So,
hours
yeah.
a week.
So put us in your head when you're walking on the pitch for the first time and Andrea Pirlo's there.
Yes,
And
please,
you're
man.
about
That's
you're
like-
about to play with Andrea Pirlo, David Villa.
That's like my idol, bro.
These are legends of our time, and we grew up watching them, bro. Like,
Yeah,
we-
bro, that
we're-
bro,
yo,
we're
we're
playing
talking-
these guys on FIFA.
We're
you
talking
know?
World Cup winners. Like these
Yeah.
aren't just
Both of
these
them.
aren't just
Euro,
professionals.
yeah.
Like these are big
All three
time.
of them, Patrick too, World
Yeah.
Cup
Patrick
winner,
too,
yo.
right? So
Yeah.
what goes through your mind? Like, were you scared? Were you like intimidated at all, or were you more like, okay, yo, this is what I've
Yo,
been waiting for
but
here?
my first session,
Like first session, bro, you're going into
Yo,
tackles with these guys, right?
honestly, my first session, I was like, yo, bro, you have to accept that you're not on their level, yo. That's the first thing is first. Like,
Fair.
you have to be confident.
Just 'cause
in
you're wearing the
yourself.
same shirt doesn't
Yeah,
mean-
yo,
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
to be confident in yourself, but you also have to accept that, like, yo, these guys been playing, bro. Andrea, at that time, Andrea's been playing 20 years
Yeah,
already.
about
You know what I
sure.
mean? And I was 21. So it was like,
Yeah, so you've been your whole life.
That's like my whole life.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm not going to be at those guys' level. Okay, let me see who I can compare myself to
Yeah.
and try to maintain that level because they've been here for a couple of years, right? But then you quickly get friends. Like I was close friends with Jack Harrison, who's playing on Leeds in the Premier League now. And then like Jonathan Lewis, Kyrie Schultz, like guys that are around my age that I could connect with. Some guys I met before too as well. So it was a plus.
Cool.
I got there and I was just like, let me just listen to what these guys got to say. If I have any questions, like what I got to do better, just simple things like that. Like, you know, you're not gonna be perfect on the first time, but you see these guys and on the field, bro, you're in awe. You're like, yo,
That's what I'm saying. Like I
ball's
can't imagine
God's
this,
glued
bro.
to their foot. Like
I can't even
They don't
imagine.
move a lot,
Yeah.
but
They don't have
just
to.
make the right move. They
It's
know
experience,
when to move.
experience.
What,
Experience. Yeah.
what are the first words of exchange between you and Pirlo, bro? Ciao, bello.
Ciao, bello, come stai?
Yo, when the first time when we had dinner, when I first flew, our preseason was in Florida, and then the first phase of preseason, and then I flew down. We had dinner, and I came downstairs. I was like, damn, I'm shaky. But then Jack, I was like, I knew Jack. I knew a couple of guys there, so I was just talking to them. And you know what I mean? You sit with the guys that you know, like you're not trying to mix and mingle too much. You're not trying to do too much.
Can't do too much.
Yo, observe the scene. Just like in
Yeah.
anything you do, you come
Yeah.
to a news place, you're like, hey, let me observe. Let me see what's going on before I put my two
Find
cents
my place.
in.
Yeah,
Find my place.
Yeah.
So we go, Like, I shake everyone's hand. Like, hey, how are you? Like, everything's fine. And then Patrick sees me kind of like, yo, timid. He's like, yo, don't be scared. He's like, yo, I see you outside in the hotel and stuff like that. Like, when I was in the combine, he's like, yo, you're an outgoing person. Like, don't be scared. And I think the first thing that happened was, the first exchange was, it was Buffon's birthday.
Oh gosh.
It was Buffon's birthday. So the rookies had to sing. And yo, I can sing, bro. Yo,
This guy got the piano.
Fam, I got the pipes, bro. Like, yo, I'm not even lying. Like, yo, I can actually sing.
Give us someone too then.
Nah, fam, not right now. One day I might pull up and just be like, yo, you put a little pre-recording on the podcast. Yo, who's that?
We have to get you to do the intro.
Call me K Songs. You know about that one though. You have to see that one coming, dog.
Okay.
Nah, but yeah, you had to sing, and I sang "Lean on Me." And then Andrea looks like, he's like, wow. He's like, yo, you can really sing. And everybody's like, yo, one more. And I was like, okay, what song do you want me to sing? So they give me another song, and they're like, yo, you can actually really sing. And then Andrea's like, yo, well done. He's like, at first he got my name wrong. He called me Kwaku. I was like, yeah. Now he goes, but he always does it as a joke.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, Kwame. He's like, yo, well done. And then after that, he was like, friends from there. He's like,
that's crazy.
He's like, anything you need, let me know. My first preseason game, he was like, I reminded him of a guy, Asamoah, that played on Juventus. He's like, yo, he's like, you play exactly like him.
And wing.
He's like, you play exactly like him. I'm like, yo, Andrea Pirlo told me I play like a man. I'm like, yo, say no more.
Let's go.
That's a good
I'm
player
in
too,
there,
though,
yo. Yeah, I'm in there. So that was my first thing with him.
That was your encounter with him.
Yeah.
I want to talk about a little bit more like just your craft, like the whole playing footy, getting better at it, and keeping the confidence level high. I mean, we talk about a lot of business here with entrepreneurs, right? I look at you as an entrepreneur, to be honest. I think that you run your own life. You decide where you're gonna work, kinda, and you decide how you're gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
With that being said, I mean, bro, you've hit a lot of levels in football. I mean, there's got to be a lot of people that probably looked at you at the beginning or the middle or even now, and they're like, "No, you can't do it. Oh, you can't do this."
Yo, it's crazy.
And how do you take that in? Because bro, there's times where you don't have that confidence when you're standing beside Patrick Viera, and it's
100%.
like, shit, like this older player or this coach just told me this, or this friend of mine or this person just said like, you know, they tried to put me down, and that's normal, right? But how did you deal with that?
Yo, honestly, I adapted this saying. It was like, people are so focused on proving people wrong instead of proving the people that believe in them right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, if I'm spending all my energy just to make sure this guy doesn't talk bad, I'm like, yo, sometimes you can't change people's minds.
Of course.
It's like, there's other people that actually do believe in you and know that you deserve to be there. Patrick Viera was one of them.
Yeah.
So like, sometimes I'll be playing timid or whatever. He's like, yo, just have fun. Like, just things like that coming from someone like him.
Of course.
Be like, yo, it's unbelievable. Or you're playing with Pirlo. Pirlo's like, yo, don't worry, me and you, yo, we'll hold this down in the middle.
Don't worry.
Simple, don't worry. Like, yo,
it just wiped away everything.
Yo, and that's what makes me like, yo, I'm gonna run my balls off for this guy, because like, I know if I give him the ball, we're not gonna lose it. We're gonna be balling. We're gonna look like he's gonna make me look good. You know what I mean? So it was just stuff like that. Like, I always thought I belonged. Obviously, there was tough times where it's hard for me to play, bro, because guys in my position playing Champions League and stuff like that, it's like, it's all right, but there was more times where I was more confident than not confident in myself, and definitely there's always going to be haters, just like,
of course,
like you always say, but
anything,
I think it's just like, you got to prove people right. Like, things changed as well when there was one time I was going to hang up the boots, yo. I didn't tell you guys this, dog. I think it was after my second year in college. I was like, yo, it's either I'm transferring or I'm fucking hanging up the boots. I was like, yo, fuck this, I don't want to play no more. My mom was like, she finally realized, she was like, nah, you come too far for you to just quit soccer. And I was like, yo, I don't want to go to UConn no more. Like, yo, shit was hitting the fan. Me and my coach were butting heads, and I just went back to school, bro. I fucked off school. I got like academic probation.
Damn.
Bro, like, I didn't go to any classes, like, and I still got like a 2.0. But like,
that'll do the job.
Yeah, that'll do the job, but it's still like, bro, it's still like, I'm a smart guy. So it's like, my mom was like, nah, like, now I can actually see you going through with this. Because before she's like, I'll be a doctor, this and that. But she's like, nah, you gotta achieve your goals. And I was
how did you make sure you were growing as a player? Like, what were the things that you did? Like, let's say after a game, would you go and watch that tape now and go through it? Would you do those things? Would you, like, how did you make sure that you were growing?
Like, from when? Like, when I was in academy?
I mean,
like,
from I guess even from UConn and even maybe even before that. But like, I'm sure there was a method to the madness too.
Bro, honestly, I used to watch fucking Messi clips all the fucking time, bro. I used to watch Barcelona. Used to watch I used to watch as much soccer as possible.
Yeah.
Now I don't.
Yeah.
Like, not like it's because it's different when you become a professional soccer player. You're like, these guys are your competition, regardless of how high level they are.
Yeah.
Like, eventually you can play against them. Who would have thought I would have been playing against Pirlo or like Kaká and those guys? You know what I mean? Like, or Ibra. You know what I mean? Like, these guys eventually become your competition. So you don't really go and idolize them. You go and learn from them. Like, you take bits and stuff like that.
More
like,
of a mentor than.
But in college, like for me, I was like, yo, I'm watching these guys movement off the ball, everything. Like, I go get game tape from my games, watch my games,
watch the next
See
team.
what you've
watch,
done.
like I used to go crazy. Like I used to tell my coaches, like, yo, we need to be more organized. Like, midfielders have midfielder film session, then defender film session. Like,
Damn.
it was me that started that.
Wow.
Yeah, yo. So like, even till this day, like I watch film, even if it's a meaningless game against ourselves. I'm like, yo, watch film. And then in New York, we had film of every training session.
Wow.
And they used to see who used to watch it. But I used to watch it. It was like, yo,
every training session.
You know what I'm actually curious about? As Ernesto said, like, we are kind of a business centric podcast, and one thing that I was curious about, you know, whether you're in soccer or whatever you do, like obviously you sign your contract with NYFC. There's probably a big chunk of money that comes with that. You know, what's the first thing you're thinking? Like, I know I see these NBA players are like, oh, I buy a whip, I buy a crib, whatever. Like, I do this, I do that, right? Like, I want to know what your, like, how you handled that. Because I think that, like, that, and that can really apply to anybody that's just, you know, whether you sign your first big deal, you're a real estate agent or whatever you are, right? Like, what's the thought process and what steps you take when you're like, okay, cool, I signed this deal. Like, obviously this is like the biggest amount of money I'm getting from one signature type of thing, right? Like, what's the thought process there? How you handle that?
So when I signed my contract, bro, you go through your contract, then you see the figures, you're like, yo. I mean, it's not millions like the NBA guys and stuff like that, but you're still making a good amount of money. So 100%. It's like, damn. I'm like, yo, I'm coming from college where I was eating Welch's fruit snacks for dinner, yo.
Crackers and cheese.
Yo, crackers and cheese. But sometimes you just not eating, just sleeping it off, bro. Your belly's rumbling like, yo, just sleep. So you're coming from that. But yo, luckily from college, like, I was able to save like $2,500, and that's a lot of money. Yo, for me, that was a lot of money for a student. Coming back to Canada, the Canadian dollar was shit. So I'm like, yo, I have this amount of time to use this money until I make it. Like, you know what I mean? Until I sign my contract. So then I signed my contract, and yo, automatically was like, yo, put it in the bank, save it, bro. It's like a save.
Don't even look at it.
I'm like, don't even look at it, bro. Because the thing, it was like, I got back paid because I signed my contract in March or March. And then I got back paid till January. So I got like 6 checks in a row.
Okay.
So like I got 6 checks at once. And I was like, yo,
one of these gotta go.
I was like,
one of these getting spent.
In my head, I'm like, yo, I want to buy this, bro. I'm like, nah, I can't do that, yo. In my head, I'm like, but for me in college, like I was always buying shoes and stuff like that. So in my head, I was like, damn, let me put money in the bank. So I had to open a bank in America, Bank of America. And I already had my college account. So I used to split it. Okay. Like one was for my like phone and stuff like that, and then one was for just like rent and stuff like that. I mean, not rent. I didn't pay rent in New York, but one was just sort of like.
That was for a sports bar. Another one for a sports bar.
Man, the plus side, UConn was 2 hours away driving, so yo, I could always go back, bro. Now I have money, yo, so it's different. So I'm like, I'm about to stun these dudes, bro. Fam, you guys don't understand, yo. You have $20 in Connecticut at the bar, yo, fam, you have the best night of your life.
That's 20
bro.
drinks, fam.
Yeah, that's 20 drinks, bro.
Seriously,
we used to have not to get off the fucking topic, but yo, we used to have from 8:45 to 11 p.m. nickel night, 4 mixed drinks for $1.
Oh shit,
that's craziness, bro.
Crazy. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Jesus Christ.
Crazy.
I don't know how you got drafted, fam, with those kind of drink prices,
crazy, bro.
Yo, holy shit.
Dog,
I would have still been there by now.
If we had an off weekend in New York, bro, I'd go back to Connecticut, fam, I'm going to be shutting up. Blowing money fast, bro. That's what it is.
That's crazy.
Blowing money fast is like blowing like $60.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, yo, $60 is fine, bro.
Yeah,
like,
you can do this. Yeah, I can do this.
So then the first thing I got was... I didn't even get a new phone, bro. I kept the iPhone 6. I was like 3 years behind. Yeah. Bro, the first thing I got with my money was I bought a watch.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, let me get a nice gold watch, bro. I got a nice gold fossil watch. And then I bought a couple of shoes, and then I was like, you know what, like I don't really
It's all
need
good
anything.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. I mean, I put everything else in the bank, bro.
Yeah.
I chilled. Yeah, my first year I probably saved like $20K. Bro, I wasn't doing shit.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't have a car. I didn't have to pay rent. I was like, yo, I just got to go to training to give me breakfast and lunch. And I just
Well, I
go back
remember I
to
came
sleep.
to check you in New
Yeah,
York too.
dog,
I
yeah,
came to
bro.
check you
I was
there.
like, Ernie, what are you saying, bro? Go down like,
Pull up.
just pull up, bro. It's
We're
like,
rooftop
all right,
hopping, just chilling.
Yeah, with Steph and
Steph
Connor,
and Con,
bro.
yeah, shout
I was
them out too.
Yeah, bro.
That's dope.
That's it. Like I wasn't doing anything, yo. My friends.
Well, yo, it's crazy because a lot of guys that get paid quick, bro, they get rid of it quick too, bro.
Yeah,
I see
sure.
some
My
of these guys
mom, my mom would have chopped
Yo.
off my head, yo.
Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like it could be any amount, man.
Yeah.
Whether it's like your first deal and it's 5K or 500K, whatever
Yeah.
it is, right? Like at the end of the day, it's just a number. But it's that like first influx of like money that
Yeah.
you've never had. Because I also know like playing footy that often, it's not like you could have a regular job.
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't.
Like, you know what I mean? Is it what?
Train
I
you
was
up.
thinking sometimes, I'm like, yo, let me go check this Dunkin' Donuts out real quick. I was like, yo, let me go
Check
check
the
that. Let me go
discount.
3-4
Employee
hours. Yo, let me get a
No,
3-4
but
hour
even-
Dunkin' Donuts job, dog.
No, but even I'm saying like even when you're younger, like
Yeah.
I'm even talking like back when you were playing for Sigma. It's
Yeah,
not
I
like you
couldn't-
could
I
go get a
couldn't, bro.
part-time job
Fam,
working at Yorkdale, this
I
and
had
that.
a no-
Like,
I had a no-frills job.
come on.
Joey Chiquillo's dad got me. Remember, he was a
Jaden Wilson?
manager. Jaden, no, Black Creek and Eglinton.
Oh,
that
that
big
yeah.
one.
Oh, yes.
Fam, you know how long I had that job for?
2 days.
Fam, like a month and a half.
Yeah.
bro.
That's
I
not
called him
bad.
sick.
Yeah,
Bro, I
but
called
it's
him sick
also-
3 times in a month and a half, bro.
But it's also hard, like to
Bro.
focus on like playing footy that much.
Yeah.
Well, you have
And
school too.
Bro, fam, but like, yo,
Yeah,
high
but, like,
school's a
but I know
breeze.
it was
High
different,
school's
it
a
was
breeze.
different.
No, but you even have to still get the marks. You need the marks, right?
For
You
me
need
to
the
go,
marks.
for me
To
to
get
go.
to the
But like,
States.
school for me academically was a breeze in Dante. So like,
Yeah.
think about it. Like the reasons why I got fired because it's like shit. I got work, but I got practice, and I always chose practice over everything.
Of course.
Sure, you're thinking about
Always.
practice. Yeah.
Always chose like I missed semi-formal. I luckily I got to go to prom, but like I missed so many parties or whatever that people,
Yeah.
and like now you see
Sacrifice,
it,
bro.
yeah, sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
So it's like. I mean, do I miss making money when I was 15 years old? Like, yo, I get a cool $200 2 weeks. I'm like, yo, this is
You have
nice,
no
bro.
expenses.
No expenses, nothing, yo.
No
Go to the corner store, buy 2 beef patties and a drink.
Let's
Easy
go.
combo
All day.
Yeah, bro. But then, yo, you think about it, you're like, nah, like everything's good, yo.
Yeah.
When you look back, it's like it was worth it.
No regrets.
Everybody be lying if you say you have no regrets.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Come on,
It's
bro.
true, it's true.
Of course you regret some
Yeah.
stuff. Like I get a regret having my first drink when I was 16, getting hammered.
No,
The
it's
next
all
day I had a soccer game, play like absolutely shit. Then I'm like, yo, I'm never drinking again. But you know how that goes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Call me
So-
next week.
Yeah. Nah, regrets when I was younger. I mean, you're young, you make mistakes, right?
Yeah,
And
it's
then,
life.
Yeah. And then
I want to talk about social media a bit, just because I think that, especially athletes here, and I talk to a lot of athletes here too, and you know how it works here, bro. Like nothing is ever set in stone. You have your contracts, you have your way of playing, bro. One day can change everything, and I know players. You know many players that it's happened to, right? And you kind of want to put yourself in a position to say I'm more than a footballer.
yeah,
Right?
100%.
And I think that you've done a really good job of that, especially online.
Yeah, I'm trying better. I'm trying
Right,
harder,
and,
yo.
and you actually hit us up a
Yeah.
bunch of times, and just sometimes we just chat about
Knowledge,
it, right?
yo,
Like
just
what's going
knowledge.
on with social media. But I think that it's great that you kind of realize you can influence people. Number one, because you have that following, you have people that look up to you,
Yeah.
right? Especially in sports, just even your friends, right? So when did you start realizing maybe that social media was something that you could use to kind of build your name a bit more? And was it something that you said, I want to build myself up to be more than just a footballer? Because we all know that
It is the
when you get to your
lifestyle.
30s or late
Yeah.
30s, there's no more footy, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think when you think about that?
I mean, I think a lot of it changed like my last year of college. I mean, my boy was going into business and international relations, and he was telling me, he's like, yo, we need to start thinking, because he's lived with himself for a long time, so he's always
Yeah.
been fending for himself. So
He already knew about it.
Yeah, so he had to, you know what I mean? His
Yeah.
mind was already business. Like he's like, yo, I need
Yeah.
to make sure I'm surviving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then for me, I was getting everything for free. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Your college, like
Yeah.
free food, this and that.
Yeah.
And learning from him was the best thing. It was like, okay, what are you gonna do next? Like, yeah, you're gonna play soccer, but what are you gonna do with the money
Yeah.
that you get from soccer? What are you gonna do with your personality? Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do when people don't know you as a soccer player
Yeah.
anymore? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always tell people, I even told this to David Villa.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, yeah, you're a World Cup winner, this and that, but when you're 50, people are gonna remember how you made them feel. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, yo,
Yeah.
regardless of what you accomplish, people are gonna remember like how you were as a person.
Of course.
So I think that was the most important thing, and I'm like, yo, if you can use that to your advantage. For me, that's what I try to do the most.
Yeah.
Just build a genuine following. People are like, yo, how do you only have 5,000 people? It seems like you know like 10,000. I'm like, I probably do know 10,000. Some of them probably just don't want to follow me on Instagram. It's not, yo, if you don't like what I post, then like I understand, but you can still like me as a person. And that's all I care about the most, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, I think it was important from college that I had to wipe away a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
That I took. You know how that goes. I had to do a cleanse, had to create a new Twitter account and new Instagram account, everything. Like there's a lot of things I had to do to just start fresh. But
and then that blue check mark comes.
Yo, boom, boom, boom. Yo, that actually,
because like that is, especially in our world and everything that we do here at Neighborhood, that's like, as much as people want to be like, it matters.
It's a stamp.
It's a stamp of approval, right? In whatever it is that you do. And the cool thing is that once you have it, you can then do anything you want. And as crazy as that people might think that sounds, it's the truth.
Yeah.
So it's like that day comes, boom,
bro. So
boom.
As I'm walking to get drafted, like my phone's going off, whatever, and then after the draft comes, I get a message like your Twitter, Instagram, like whatever, the code things, whatever. They're like, yeah, like 2-step verification thing. I'm like, wait, what? So I go on my Instagram. First off, leaving college, I had like 1,500 followers because I was like around college. Like I was bouncing around. Then I gained like another 50. I'm like, yo, I'm at 3,000. I'm like, damn, like, yo, what's going on? Like, I'm like, wow, yo, shit's popping. Like, then I see a blue check mark. I'm like, snap. Like, yo, I won't even lie, yo. Having the blue check mark at first, like, those times, I mean, I know it still means a lot, but now we think about it in a different way. When you're younger, and you get a blue check, you're thinking about, no offense, you're thinking about, yo, partying, you're thinking about girls, you're thinking 100%. About, like, you know what I mean? Damn, I'm in a different category now. You're thinking like you're better than people.
Of course.
Which that doesn't necessarily mean, right? So then the blue check mark popped up and I was like, okay, like I asked them like, how does it work?
Yeah.
And they were like, it's just like so that no one can copy your who you are. You know what I mean? No one can make fake accounts. Everybody knows that this is the real you. That's the real you. And like Sonia just got verified right now, but it took her to get 100,000 followers for her to get verified, and right?
Pay for some big teams.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But for me, because it was New York, it's like it's
quick market,
boom, big market and stuff like that. So I had the benefit just being verified. I had a lot of opportunities. I got to do like Heineken commercials, Heineken appearances. I did a Tinder commercial.
Come on.
Yeah, dog.
But you've been doing some stuff for Hamilton too.
For Hamilton too. Yeah, I did a Volkswagen commercial at Hamilton's twice, I think. And then there's just a lot of appearances that were dope that I got to meet cool people. I met people from ESPN, Sports Center. Like,
so would you say that online presence plus checkmark has helped you open doors?
Yo, 100%.
Yeah.
That's something like, yo, you guys should be getting one because, like, yo, y'all open bare doors to people, so people are not trying to let the doors open for you, bro.
Yo, Instagram, you hear that? Yo,
so, you
Insta, you hear that?
Yo, it's like, yo, you guys are holding the door. Yeah, you guys can go and then just close it back on yourself. Like, what the hell is that, yo? Nah, man. I mean, it definitely does help now that you look at it in a different light.
Of course.
I mean,
and you see how you see how people react to it.
Yeah.
They move different.
Like,
they move different.
You've probably seen it when, like, you meet someone, for example, you're like, yo, add me on Instagram, and they go and they see that check mark.
That's what I started trying to do. Like, when I was in New York, it's different. Yo, New York people don't care who you are. Like, they be walking straight past. I seen Justin Timberlake, nobody said nothing. Everybody just kept it pushing. Like, you have the ASAP mob on the train. Like, no one's, bro, people are just like, oh, shit, ASAP, all right. No one's asking pictures, nothing. It's cool. Bro, Toronto, you come back to Toronto, it's like, like, people know me from before, but then there's people that I've never talked to in a long time.
Now they're talking.
They're like, oh shit, yo, how are you? Like, pull up, it's like, oh hey, like, and like, or you meet a new girl for the first time. They're like, oh yeah, you have Instagram, and I'm like, nah. Sometimes I'm like, nah, and there's sometimes I'm like, I don't. A lot of guys flaunt the verification check mark. I'm like, yo, if you find me, find me. Like, if you know my name, you can go on Instagram and find me. I'm not private, nothing. So it's like, they just search my name, like, oh my God, you're verified? It's like, yeah. And it changes the whole ballgame. The whole tone changes, right?
Oh, 100%.
And it's like, I had put up a picture last time. I was like, yo, it's crazy that people only acknowledge you for what you have and what you're doing rather than who you are. It's crazy.
Of course.
Well, I think that's the thing about social media.
You could have been doing the same
That
thing
could have been doing the same thing. Could have been
IG.
making more money without the IG, and
No one would know.
No one would know.
Yeah.
No, 100%. I just think like if you have it, there's a lot of things you could do with it. But at the same time, that's the cool thing about social media is that like you can be on social media and still be low key if you want.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're someone in a position that's doing good things, everyone's like scared, like, or they want to call it like flaunting, but it's not flaunting. Like if you're doing good shit for the community, good, you're you know, empowering people around you.
Yeah, if someone knows who you are already, they
That's the
wouldn't think
person.
you're flaunting. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's why, like, if I go on the street, I could see, bro, I probably know 10,000 people, let's say.
Yeah.
But, like, I have, like, 500, 200 people on Instagram following me. And it's like, maybe it's because I don't follow them back or whatever.
It's hard to get.
It could
You
be
pay hard
but,
to
like,
get.
However people look at it, it's a different story.
Yeah,
But, I mean, how I use it is, for me, I use it as a joyful thing. Other than footy, I put up, like, empowerment stuff. Like, so far I've been on that Black Power, Black Lives Matter stuff, like, which is a very important thing for me because I've been personally affected by it. But going to like the TikToks I was doing during quarantine.
Bro, why'd you stop those?
Yeah, man.
Yo,
that was good content, bro.
Yo, it was great content, but
great.
me and my little sister were like, damn, yo, this is work.
Yeah.
Like, this is why people get paid for it. Like, yo,
I'm glad you said that. This
is why people get, yo, this is hard work. Like, yo, it's not easy being out here just choreographing, putting the transitions and all that stuff. Like, waking up your little sister to do this shit.
Trying to teach her to dance and
Bro,
match.
she's teaching me, but she doesn't want to. Like, some days she's like, I'm too tired to do it. That's what I was trying to do, like, every couple of days. Like, we started off hot, and then I'm like, yo, let me finish.
I remember we were talking about it too. I'm like, yo, I need to see one a week. I need to see one a week.
I'm like, yo, I have some in the spot, but I'm like, yo. At that time, I'm like, yo, let me end off strong. And then people are always, like, now people want more of it. So, like, if we go back in quarantine, you never know. Things might change. You know what I mean? Like, people want more product because, yo, I was hitting with the heat. Like, we did the DC Young Fly. Because I'm, and that's another thing that
There you go.
Because I was verified, DC Young Fly reposted it on his Instagram. So, yo, it was dope, man. Just stuff like that. I try to make happy stuff, funny stuff.
Yeah.
Things that, like, people enjoy.
Do you what is your plan? Like, I don't want to talk too much about after footy because that's a long way from now.
100%.
But what do you think about that? What comes to your mind? Like, do you want to stay in the game of football? Do you want to get out of it? You want to do something different? Like,
nah, I'm trying to disappear, bro.
Trying to disappear, fam.
This guy's like, I'm out.
It's gonna be hard with that check mark.
Yo, I'm out, bro. That's the thing. Like, I'm trying to do as much as I can while I have it right now. You know what I mean? Like, while I have the influence, while I have
and that's
the
something
opportunity.
that's something that I like to preach to you too.
Yeah,
and
like, while I have the opportunity, while I have the energy, time,
build it up.
Build it up, bro. Like, yo, I train twice a week. What am I, 2 hours a day? Like, what am I doing with the rest of my time? Probably napping, but that's but like, I'm on my phone, you know what I mean? I'm trying to do other things. Like, I'm giving my parents financial literacy, like, stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to figure out, how am I not gonna be able to, like, what am I gonna do? What's the best way to do nothing after I'm done football?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, man, like, bro, you have a platform, you have influence, you have probably even more than you think you do.
You do, definitely.
Honestly, and bro, I think, like,
sometimes
that's
I think I'm like,
a lot of athletes, bro, especially here, man, and like I said, athletes here don't get enough love, whether it's from like different brands and stuff
Toronto
like that. Like,
is a people. It's like a love to hate kind of thing.
And for you guys, like, it's important that you guys use that platform while you have it, right? Because you want to use that time and build it up, bro. You could do whatever you want after it. You just said yourself that it opens doors for you, right? You gotta put yourself in that.
There's a lot of competition, which makes it tough for other guys to support each other.
Of course,
you know what I mean. Like, people want to be in you guys' position, right? So you have a lot of hate coming from other people.
But what people forget is that there's 7 billion people in the world, bro. Like, as much as you think there's a lot of competition, there is so much out there for everybody to eat. Yeah. But that's the problem. Everyone's so small-minded. Everyone's thinking like,
everyone's thinking about the 20 people around them.
Yes, exactly.
That's not the way to go. That's why I always tell people, I'm like, yo, if you have opportunity, leave Toronto.
But the thing
go
is,
somewhere else.
But that's the beauty of this thing too. Is that, like, as much as I agree with you, travel, I think that's very important. But bro,
that's like
with
traveling
this
in your
thing,
hand.
exactly with this thing, you can reach China, India, Japan, fucking anywhere, Senegal, wherever you want, bro, with this thing.
But
so it's just like,
it works hand in hand, because it's like, you gotta have people there too to reach them.
Of course.
Or you can have someone can reach, you know what I mean? Like, it's obviously networking, but at the same time, like if it wasn't for me going to the States, I'm not gonna know people in I have no
friends you met.
I know Andrea Pirlo for the rest of my life. If I go to Italy,
That's
they'd be like, yo,
crazy,
let's
bro.
go.
That's
like,
crazy.
And then I can meet someone else. You know what I mean? I have Patrick Viera. Yo, if I go to France, boom, a phone call. You know what I mean? So I think it's different. Like when you go to these places, like I think seeing Toronto, which is, people will say the New York City of Canada, and then actually being in New York, you see the difference and why people in New York call it like the jungle, but at the same time, like you can make it out of nothing.
Yeah.
Is because people are not busy worrying about other people and
They're just doing their own thing.
Just doing their own thing, bro. Just blinders
Head
on,
down,
work, head down and work, bro.
I feel like here is
the
just
drug
too many
dealers,
people.
drug dealers are drug dealing, bro. Yo, making their money.
Yeah,
like, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
The rich people are being, they're just making their money. Just
So
keep
you're
it
saying
moving.
here there's maybe too many people just looking at each other.
Just
too
looking
much.
at each other, like yo, it's like yo, you're looking at each other, but you're not learning.
Yeah, you're looking at each other for the wrong things.
Wrong things.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at you guys, I'm like, and it's okay not to know everything. It's
Yeah.
okay not to.
Yeah,
like
you're
I'm not
always
the best
learning, we're
artist,
always
you know what I
learning.
mean? It's like it's okay for me to look at, okay, what are these guys doing right? What can I take from these guys that I'm not stealing? You know what I mean? But I can better my brand
course.
or better what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
100%.
So that's how I look at it.
Of course.
But not everybody thinks
Not everyone,
like that.
especially
you know what I
here,
mean?
bro, especially here.
It's difficult. So
So I mean, you're just gonna keep it going and keep growing the network and keep making relationships.
bro, that's it. I mean, single. Don't have any tie down. I have to.
So yo, when you scored that screamer, did you get a couple nice DMs or what? Or Snapchats
Yo.
actually? Yo, Snapchat.
Yo,
Easy.
Yo,
I know you're multi-platform fam.
bro,
That's
I'm
why.
Snapchat, Instagram,
It's a big
Twitter.
Snapchat man.
Yeah,
I know,
I'm a
trust
big
me. I see it.
Yo,
I see it, fam.
Yo, and the thing is, it's like privacy too. Like the verification doesn't give you privacy. So like once I'm done doing what I need to do with social media, and like you get a brand out there, like
You're gonna sell me
coaching
your
and stuff,
account.
yeah,
You're gonna sell me your account so I can take the check mark.
fam.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
fuck,
switch
switch
the
the
name.
I'll keep the name, fam. Stop. I'll change my name.
You know what I mean? But like once I'm done that, it's like I have, like I said, like Snapchat, yo, I have my own private story for people that,
Yeah,
like, you know
that's
what I mean?
amazing.
The
I
homies,
see it.
you know what I mean? So sometimes it's like you want your privacy as well, and a lot of people will see you based on what you do on the ground because social media is such a
course.
big thing. So like I just try to leave that fun in business. Like I'm not trying to do the most.
Skip
not
that
trying
part,
to,
skip that part of showing that,
bro.
yeah.
But the goals, I got more people like videotaping my actual goal than the people are like, yo, congrats, like yo, surprisingly, that was my first goal ever. Professional goal. That was my first professional goal, yo. Everybody thinks I scored. I went to, people are like, yo, hold
You
on,
didn't
that was-
score in New York?
Nah, people are like, yo, that's your first goal.
But you
I'm
call
like,
you scored, but that was
yeah,
that
so
was
you kind of
still
scored there, but like people are like, yo, this is your first
Yeah,
ever
but fam,
professional goal. I'm like,
that's a
yeah,
fucking
dog.
that's a
Damn.
that's a if
That's
there's
a
ever
good-
a
that's a
goal to
good
score,
one to
that's
have.
the
That's the
one.
one I have.
That's
I
the
was
one to
like,
get.
yeah, that's my first goal, and I
So-
celebrated like, yo.
So
Of course.
I have a question because we ask everybody this on the podcast. We're the MBH podcast, Money Buys Happiness.
Yes.
You know, we say it every single time. We have our own reasoning for that or our own thought behind that name and why we came to it. But without telling you why, we want to just know if you hear that statement, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, first growing up, I was probably like, yo, money doesn't buy happiness. This bull BS. That's bullshit.
You can
This,
swear
that.
if I was sorry.
Yeah. I was like, this is some bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Like, money doesn't buy happiness. Like, I'm happy. I'm kicking a soccer ball on the grass. Yo, but when you start to make money, you're like, yo, hold on. Money creates avenues towards happiness. You know what I mean?
like that
Creates,
one.
yeah.
That's a
I like
new
that.
one. That's a new one.
It's kind of like what we say, but just like different. But I like
money,
it. Yeah,
money creates the possibility to achieve happiness. You know what I mean? Like, if you're broke, you're sad, yo. No matter, I don't care what anybody says, yo. I don't care what anybody says.
it's true, bro.
It's true.
facts
yeah,
here,
yo.
bro.
The only
It's
the
facts,
facts.
it's
Yo,
straight
facts.
facts.
Yo,
Only
it's
facts
a
here.
fact.
I'm tired of this,
It's
bro.
a fact. Like, yo, if
Straight
you're broke,
facts.
yo, you're sad.
Yeah.
Fam, because like, think about it. Unless you've been broke your whole life, you don't know what it means to have money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you always be living within your means. So you always be living, okay, like I know what I have to do. I'm never excessive. I've never done extra
This is
stuff.
my
Like,
happiness.
This is what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're cool with it.
Yeah.
But people that have a little taste of money, or people get an opportunity or experience, even if it's not their money, let's say experience of money. Like you go on a yacht, you're like, woo.
You go on a mansion or
You go on
some
you
shit?
go to a mansion party in LA, you're like, woo.
Yeah.
What's going on? Bro, you go out to dinner with Andrea Pirlo, you're like, woo.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
going on? See the bill, you're like,
Yeah.
yo.
Slide it to him.
Yeah, bro, they tried to make me pay one time when I came back from college, bro. I was like, yo, I didn't even get signed
Like,
yet,
yo, I'm just going to wash him for a second.
yo, real quick.
Yeah, I'll be
I'm
right-
like, I'm going to the bathroom, bro. I had a whole bottle of wine to myself. And then,
Jeez.
yo, that's funny, yo. But, yeah, I'm like, nah, money definitely creates avenues for happiness.
In your situation, right? Like you say, like when you wanted to pursue soccer or whatever, you were kind of looking at it as like, hey, listen, like if I make this, like there's an opportunity for me to give back to my family who's only supporting me, right? Where it's just like that would bring you happiness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It gives you the opportunity to create happiness.
It's more about just like make the money, create the freedom.
It's about who's got the money, fam.
Yeah, and what you do with it. It's what you do with it, right?
That's what you do with it.
Yeah, if you're gonna go and buy every off-white tee and spend,
but if that makes you happy,
then money wasn't gonna help you in the first place. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, but if buying materialistic stuff, like buying a crib, that'll make you happy, right?
Of course,
because of the mindset that we put behind of a crib. When we say it's an asset, it's like it's gonna help you for the rest of your life. But when we buy a car, like, oh yeah, you're gonna be paying that up. But what if I buy that car out one time?
Yeah.
Because you're always putting money into it. We're like, you're wasting money. But me driving, what's bringing me happiness? I get to pick up bitches in it. I get to go to fancy places in it.
Yeah.
I get to look good in it. I get to show it off.
Yeah, but man, if you were young and looking at that car your whole life, you're like, this is the car I want to drive.
Yeah.
And now you put yourself in a position to buy
get
that
the
car. That's happiness for you.
That's happiness. And that's because you got money. Yeah. So people that knock it, it's like, nah, because like if I tell my mom money doesn't buy happiness, she'll look at me like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Fam, she'll be like, if I had $1 million right now. And that's why I tell people, I'm like, yo, being a professional athlete, even though the career is short, it's like you need 1-2 good years. And if you get lucky, look at Alphonso Davies. Look at these guys that made it. Like, bro, Jonathan Davis playing in a park in Ottawa. Now he's playing in Leo League One, making millions of dollars. So it's like, yo,
I'm gonna use that next time, eh? Someone's like, hey, money doesn't buy happiness. I'm gonna say, tell that to my mom.
Yo, tell that to my mom. Bro, you tell your mom who came from Italy, your dad who came from Italy, saying, yo, money doesn't buy happiness. They're like, why the fuck did I work all these with my hands doing all this construction? Yo, you'd be like, they'll slap you. What are you talking about?
I know.
Money got me this house. Money got you kids an education. Money got me, and I'm happy because you guys are alive.
Yeah.
Because I had money to keep you guys alive.
Exactly.
So it's like, money does buy happiness.
Yeah, bro. Like I agree.
Look.
What do people say otherwise?
Look. There's lots of things. It's not the only thing that can bring happiness to your life.
No,
but
and it's about what you're looking at too. Like it's not gonna bring you health. Money's not gonna bring you more. Like,
I brought Patrick Johnson.
It could.
Facts.
Fine.
It's facts.
Fine.
It can bring you health.
Fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
I usually say health.
Magic Johnson.
Stop saying health because
Magic Johnson, bro. Money, yo.
Fucking
Magic
Johnson.
HIV, bro.
So no, man, I appreciate that answer. That kind of aligns with the way that we think.
Yeah.
Obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion. We've had lots of people on this podcast who have said things and didn't agree with that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. That's the beauty of life. We all think differently. Right. But I really agree with your answer.
What were some things people were saying?
It's like a mix, people. It depends which way we kind of put it to the person, right?
Yeah, you just ask them, yo, does money buy happiness, bro?
No. Everyone has their own thing, right?
Yeah. Some people have said no.
So some people said no. Like, listen, it's the whole
if
thing.
They had
like,
no money, they'd be happy.
Nah, yo, wait.
Hey, when you put it that way, no. Honestly, ask them, yo, if they were in the streets in Toronto in the brick cold, would they be happy? If they're in the streets in Toronto in the brick cold, would they be happy?
Yeah.
It's true.
You know what?
Bro?
I think we're actually gonna add a third seat
We're
right
gonna
here.
every time you have to ask the question, you're gonna be here.
It's
so
like it baffles because like when I was growing, when you hear that question, you go back to your little kid mentality where like you actually had nothing.
Yeah.
Like yo, I had a ball
and you were happy,
and my kicked up shoes, and like I was happy.
Yeah.
But like
that doesn't last.
That
too
doesn't
long.
last.
Nah.
Yo, like you get in positions, you've gone places, you gone traveling, you done all this stuff. It's like yo, so you're telling me
then
you
want
weren't
to start
happy?
paying the bills.
Well, you know what it
see
is.
$5,000 going in your bank account, you weren't happy.
Yeah.
This thing is just like. Unfortunately, we don't live in the utopia where everyone gets everything and everyone's on the same. It's just not like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the reality of life, and it's never going to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, we're especially in Canada or whatever, North America, we're in the rat race, right?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You're going to cry about it? Or you're just going to get to work. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
I'll cry in a Ferrari if I have to.
I'd rather cry in a Ferrari than cry in...
under the bridge. Fam.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not trying to under no bridge, fam.
25.
Fuck that, bro.
Nah, you literally just ask them like, yo, so if you were one of those homeless guys will trade places with you.
Any day.
They'll trade bank accounts with you.
Go ask them if money buys happiness.
Like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
Even if it's them to buy drugs, they'll buy drugs and be happy.
Yeah. No, it's facts. It's facts.
Yo,
but yeah, I like that. That. We're obviously on the same page. Yeah. Everybody, welcome our new host, the co-host, Kwame Awuah.
It is.
You actually wanted to check these jerseys quick though.
Yeah. Please bring them up.
Sir,
Get out of here. Yeah, that's one still.
So young Kwams, Look at this one. This is the away, right?
Yeah, that's a away jersey.
Away
from
jersey.
2019.
2019.
Won a championship in
Fresh.
that one.
We're gonna get you on the marker with this one quick.
Bro, that's
I need you to
fine,
write some
bro.
stuff.
That one was for
And
the.
talk about this one right
This
here.
one for the Run Club.
Yeah.
Hey.
Unfortunately,
kept it.
I didn't get to do the run club because
We
you guys
kept
were
it.
threatening me. They were threatening me.
Look
Yeah,
at
I wouldn't be
Kwame
able
was
to
supposed to
play.
do it up. It's
So
okay
what,
next time.
what is
bro.
this? Is this 2019 as well?
That's 2020.
2020 brand new
Oh,
home
yeah.
thing?
Home
Oh
team.
shit! I
Home
didn't see
shit,
that.
yeah,
Oh,
bro.
these
He's
guys
with the
got
gold patch from the
Signed
dub.
by
We're about to get a
everybody?
next gold patch.
might have to get one on this side still.
Yeah, dog. You have
Yo.
to give us 2 stars actually. Yo. I told these guys to
Crazy.
fix up.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, bro.
All right, yo, but
Listen,
bro, we might have to have you back because we ain't finished. Though, straight up.
dog.
We ain't even fin-
Yo, that's cool,
Is there
bro.
anybody,
That-
anybody want to give a shout out to before we get out of here?
Oh, I definitely want to give a shout out to the neighborhood that I'm wearing right now. You know, thank you guys for always having me. These are my
Love-
brothers for
love
life, always. I want to shout out Kicked Up Culture.
Yeah.
Chris
Yes.
Nanko gave me the fresh cut before
Shout
I got
out
here.
Chris.
Got me ready. You already know what it is.
Boom.
As well. Shout out to Piadina. I had it for the
Hey,
first
appreciate
time.
that.
Yes.
This guy wearing the shirt right now.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even
Had it
notice
for the
that.
first time last week. Banging. Anybody, yo, go get that, yo. Change lives. Go get that. And honestly, yo, just shout out to everybody that's grinding to make it. Like, I mean, I love talking about stuff like this because like not every story is like mine. I definitely have my ups and downs, and we didn't get to talk about my downs.
Yeah.
They're funny stories, but we get talking about my downs. Anybody that has like any questions, like yo, you go to free field to go to you guys. Marketing, anything that's like educational, like yo, we can't do everything by ourselves, and that's what everybody has to
course.
understand. So
Gotta work
if
together, bro.
everyone puts themselves in the position to make everyone else succeed. Yo, I read the book The Go Giver, and like yo, the value you bring to other people is your greatest asset, yo. So
Amen, bro.
Damn.
Yeah,
Amen.
bro.
All right, Quams, keep
on
working,
that
bro.
note, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
This guy just killed it. On that note, yeah, straight up, keep working.
Stay healthy, bro. No
stay
injuries.
healthy, bro.
Yes,
Healthy.
We'll,
please,
we'll wait for you
please.
to see you back on the pitch too.
Yes, sir.
100%.
Going to El Salvador.
We always root for you.
Yes,
guys.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
yes, yes.
Thank
And a
you,
big
yo.
game against
Appreciate it.
TFC.
Thank you, guys.
Gotta stop them out still.
Yo, Richie, yo, I'm coming.
But yeah, man, listen, appreciate you coming out.
Always.
Finally, it was good to get you out here on the podcast. And we'll have you back for sure.
Yes, sir.
Gotta have you back.
I'm amped, bro.
On that note, stay healthy. And thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.